Hey guys, so I just finished reading the first volume of three of my 18 plus manga, and I have to say that I really like them, and I'm gonna collect them as they are released. The first manga I want to talk about is Ladies on Top, and I really like this one because it's more than just like about smut or anything. It's just really about these two couples who really like each other, and they're trying to like figure their way around like gender roles and how that works in a sexual but also not sexual way, and it's just really interesting. And yeah, I think they're a cute couple. The second one is Boys Abyss. The Boys Abyss is like really interesting. I can understand why there are tags of like drama, horror, and mystery, because it's like the main character, he just has so much baggage from his family, and he's kind of like stuck. So it's like kind of depressing read. And then he meets this girl, and he really likes her, but then she's like super, I wouldn't say creepy, but like dark. And it's, oh man, and it's just kind of crazy. Like I'm wondering how he will end up, because it's like you feel bad for him, but then at the same time it's like what's gonna happen next, you know? It's very interesting, and I really like this. The last one is the Villainous and the Demon Knight, which is a basic kind of like, I wouldn't say reincarnation, because it's like this villainess who like suddenly remembers her past life, you know. And so it's like I felt like this one's easy to read, and like go into this one not expecting much. Like, you know, it's not like a crazy plot or anything, and it's like just a basic, like it has some smut, but it's not too smutty. There is a little plot, but you know, it's not bad. It's a really fun read. So I would definitely recommend this to if you're just like wants a chill, smutty read. This is good for you. Hey, I just want to give you guys another update. I just finished reading three volumes. I read the first two volumes of Box of Light, and then I read the first volume of Vampires. And I'm just gonna talk about the ones I didn't like first. I didn't like Vampires. So basically, what this is about this human girl who meets this vampire girl at her grandmother's funeral, and she instantly falls in love with this vampire girl. And yeah, that's basically the premise of the first volume, and I really didn't like it. I I'm not into instant love. I like that's one of the tropes I dislike in romance, so I really didn't like it. And the second thing I didn't like about is the age gap, because obviously this human girl is gonna be much younger. I think she's 14, and who knows how old this vampire girl is. And I was just like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. So yeah, I'm probably gonna put this in my unhaul like books. So, but the cover is really gorgeous. I think that's the reason why I picked it, because the cover is gorgeous. But I should have known that I wouldn't like it because of she's a vampire, obviously, and there's always gonna be age gap. So yeah, I'm not gonna continue collecting this one. And then for yeah, Box of Light, I actually really enjoy it. I'm so glad I picked it up. I think the first volume I was hesitant because like the first couple of pages or chapters, maybe I wasn't really feeling it because I was like confused and lost. But then when I start getting into the story, I really liked it. I enjoyed it. And yeah, I feel like the second volume, like the second half really picked up. Like there's a lot of layers that are peeling off from this manga. It's so interesting. I really like the world. So basically what this manga is about this convenience store which tethers between life and death. So like you have like customers that are not humans, and you have humans that do come here, but then the humans that come here are like they're close to death, you know, like they're like on a near death experience kind of, where you don't know after they come here if they're gonna be alive or they can be dead in the real world. So yeah, that's a very interesting concept, and I would highly recommend this if you want like a interesting kind of fantasy world. It's just really cool, and the characters are really cool too. Like you have this guy, he's one of the coworkers, and the manager is not human, so you kind of like, you know, they're kind of very mysterious. And you got the human main character, and he's also, I think he's kind of basic, but he's still very interesting. Like the stories that they have in here are, I feel like, I wouldn't say they're dark or scary, but they're kind of like wholesome in a way, and I just really like it, and I recommend this.
Later that same evening.
So hi guys, so this is gonna be my last update for this reading vlog. So I'm just gonna do a quick review of what I read. The first one is Yutsukoi Retic, and it's so far I do like it. It's about this girl who can hear lies, and so she's shunned from her village. So she leaves towns and she meets this private detective, and he kind of takes her under his wings. So far, what I like about it is I really like the relationship between her and the private detective. I just think it's really wholesome and cute, and hopefully the next couple of volumes they'll like get to solve cases together, because he did appoint her as like his assistant. So I'm hoping that the next couple of volumes it's more about them solving cases. And then the next one that I read was The Invincible Man and His Soon-to-Be Wife. And this one is like an office romance with some fantasy elements, I would say, to it. It's about this deaf girl and her invincible boss, and they're kind of like, they have a crush on each other, and they're kind of like just starting out this relationship. And it's really cute and wholesome and fluffy. Like, I wouldn't go in thinking there's gonna be like a lot of drama or any of that sort. It's just very simple, just an office romance. But what I really like about it is actually the coloring. Like, I love that they did all the blue, black, and white. Like, it's really cool. And so yeah, I think even though I like it, I'm not gonna like be like collecting it when it releases. I'm gonna probably do it after I collect other mangas that I really like. So this probably be in the back burner for me. The next one is The Skull Dragon's Precious Daughter, and this one was okay for me too. I mean, it wasn't bad, and I did like it, but it's something that I wouldn't be in a hurry to get. So it's based up with this human girl who either she's abandoned or she was kidnapped, and she literally falls from the sky, and she falls on this dragon, and then he's trying to teach her how to survive, and it's really cute and wholesome, and it's just a really chill fantasy. And that's all I have to say about it. The next one I read was called The Name of the Night, and this one is, I really like the premise. The premise is really interesting. It's about this girl who has an illness that could turn things or objects into the night, and so she has to go live with this doctor, and he's trying to find a cure for her illness. And this is basically what volume 1 is, which is very interesting, and I'm definitely gonna pick up the next couple volumes when it comes out, because I want to know what happens. The next one is My Coworker Has a Secret. It's basically about this girl who has like this parasocial relationship towards this theater actor or idol. And so one day she's at the park, and she just meets this guy, and she unloads her fangirl history or site or whatever. And then it turns out that he's actually one of her coworkers. So they made a deal to help each other, and that's all what volume 1 is. And I'm gonna have to say that I don't like this manga a lot, and I am gonna unhaul this one. So yeah, I just don't really like the main character, because she's just really kind of like thoughtless and irresponsible, and I just didn't like her as a main character. The next one that I read was The Eccentric Doctor and the Moonflower Kingdom. This one is like a historical, I guess, I don't know if it's fantasy, it's like a historical setting, and I don't like this one also. So it's basically about this, the first one is about this guy, the prince. This is the crown prince, and he's like, his bodyguard has been attacked, and then he has to go to her establishment to get helped. And so they meet, and then so he wants to take her back to the kingdom and kind of like show her off, kind of like show that, oh yeah, like she's on my side, I guess. And Yeah, the reason I don't really like this because I don't really like the main. Sorry guys for the cutoff, but I just want to come back and say that the reason why I didn't like the main character was because of her like logic. Okay, the reason why she agreed to go to his kingdom was because he promised her that his kingdom has a bunch of guys with muscle. And I just found that so ridiculous and outrageous that it just kind of threw me off. And I'm just like, oh god, this main character is pretty stupid. So it kind of soured my mood towards this manga. So I'm not gonna be picking up this manga, and I'm gonna unhaul it.